All right, guys, well, I'm back today with a very impressive modular low back pressure can from Dead Air. This is the Mojave 9. If you're interested in this can at the end of the video, but you were looking for something a little bit bigger, Dead Air just released the Mojave 45, and I've got a full review of that on the channel with the same general concepts and principles just for the 45 caliber. Now, what makes this can unique is the fact that it is modular both in length and it's also modular in its adaptability to be mounted to a wide variety of platforms, including subguns, fixed barrel pistols, as well as standard tilt lock pistols. So this is going to be incredibly versatile in all of its applications. The other cool thing about this can is it actually uses the Triskelion baffle system to create a low back pressure design, allowing it to just run cleaner without a ton of gas back in your face. And if you mount this up to a subgun or something like a roller lock MP5, you don't have to worry about a ton of added back pressure on those rollers causing issues with the setups themselves. Now, this is the long configuration of the can that you see here, and I'll kind of set it down and show you guys. And this is the short configuration of the can. I love this can in the K or short configuration because it's much more nimble, easy to handle, and a lot more comfortable on a pistol. Now, the sound reduction will be a little bit less, but it honestly does a great job of sound mitigation as well as controlling that tone. It sounds very good down at the range in both the long and K configurations. Now, a lot of this is going to be done without tools, swapping from the longer or shorter length because they add really nice knurling on the end caps as well as the body of the suppressor itself to just unthread and thread back on. Simple as that, no tools required. Now, to remove this end hub or spacer right here, there's actually two different components. You have the end cap right here next to the gas piston or the piston right here, and this one is 1/2 by 28. Now, you can swap out those pistons, but you can also swap out between the spring and the fixed barrel spacer. So if you wanted to run this on a standard pistol caliber carbine with 1/2 by 28 threads, you can simply remove the piston or booster spring, slide in the spacer, and now you're good to go. Simple as that, and those are very reasonably priced. Now, if you want to move the entire booster and hub assembly itself, this is where the flats that you attach the wrench, crank that off, and once it's off, you can now add a chemo device. So if you had a 300 blackout setup, you can actually thread this chemo device, and as long as you're using the key micro devices, you can run this 9mm can on 300 blackout supersonic as well as subsonic. Now, the supersonic is pretty cool, but it's only rated for semi-auto and supersonic, and I would be careful of just mag dumping over and over again, but it is rated for that, and it is pretty awesome. Now, Dead Air also gives you the rating for a wide variety of other calibers if you want to check it out, but another cool addition, again, when you remove this end spot right here, you can get the tri-lug adapter. Now, this tri-lug adapter works out great, and it's actually my go-to tri-lug adapter for the Dead Air Wolfman as well. It fits that, and it also fits this, so it's really nice to have this adapted for tri-lug. And honestly, I tri-lug everything. Most of my pistol caliber carbines are going to be tri-lugged, as well as a lot of my MP5s are going to be tri-lugged from the factory. And this allows you to clip it on and run, especially with that low back pressure design. Now, if you've ever looked into suppressing some type of roller lock or blowback gun, the first thing you'll run into is, will it cycle okay? A lot of times direct blowback will have cycling issues when you throw a can on the end because of the added back pressure. It throws off the tuning between the gas pressure in the gun that cycles the action and the weight damper system in the buffer system. Well, with the low back pressure can, you mitigate a lot of that. Almost all of it, not quite all of it. And with the roller lock design, you can put added pressures on the roller and the receiver and cause roller dents and dings and have issues with that. So this low back pressure can also helps out with that. So it's a nice addition for all of those platforms. And again, you can see you can easily attach that to a pistol caliber carbine with, again, the fixed barrel spacer, the key micro device adapter, or the tri-lug adapter. So again, very modular. Now, the materials used in this can are going to be 6AL-4V DMLS titanium, 7075 aluminum, and stainless steel. And it's either going to be black Cerakoted or FDE Cerakoted. And inside the box, you are going to get that 1/2 by 28 piston which is included. So, and then you can buy any of the P-Series adapters that you see here to throw on the end of it. Now, in summary, it runs great, it works great, but this is a low back pressure can with multiple variations, so you'll have to find the pistols that it likes, and honestly, it liked 90% of the pistols I tried it on. Some of the pistols needed different ammo to function great, but as far as versatility with platforms, this thing was absolutely amazing. Some of the guns that I tried it on were going to be the Ruger RXM. Love the Ruger RXM, cycled great in both the short, long configuration, subsonic ammo, supersonic ammo. It just chugged along perfectly. Another gun that it absolutely loved was the Beretta 92. Threw it on here, and this is truly an amazing configuration with this setup. In the K configuration with the Beretta 92, you truly feel like you're out of a James Bond movie. Low back pressure, not a ton of gas and debris back in your face like other cans, and it works out great. I did have to run the booster or the spring in here to get it to cycle on the 92, and when it was in that configuration, supersonic, subsonic, it just ran like a champ. Did amazing on an MP5, did amazing on a wide variety of other platforms. Absolutely love this can. Now, a huge shout out to Dead Air for sending this over to the channel for us to test and evaluate. Subscribe to the channel and check out some of those other Dead Air reviews. They are really killing it when it comes to innovation, quality, and performance at reasonable prices. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.